Okay, so this is the matrix summary of EMATS. Okay, so let us recap of what we learned on matrix. Alright, so first of all, we need to understand what order is. Alright, so look at the purple matrix. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so these are all what we call elements. Okay, so these are elements inside a matrix. Okay, so what is an order? Order basically tells us the number of column and the number of rows that the matrix have. Okay, so for the purple matrix, we can see there is, okay, first column, second column. Okay, so I just write a 2 here. Alright, then how many rows does it have? Okay, so it has 1 row, 2 row. Okay, so I just write 2 by 2. Okay, so the first number is my column. Okay, the second number is the row. Okay, yeah, so this is how I define my order. Alright, let's take a look at the blue matrix. Okay, so there are more elements in this blue matrix, right? Okay, so let's find out what is the order of the blue matrix. Okay, so how many column does it have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I write 3. Right, 3 column. Okay, how many rows does it have? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. Alright, so I just write by 4 rows. Okay, so this is quite straightforward. Alright, the order is quite straightforward. Right, okay. So the second thing that we must know is addition of matrices. So let's just say if I have 2 matrices and I'm required to add them up together, what should I do? Alright, so for the addition of matrix, it is very important that the 2 matrices here, okay, 2 matrices must have the same order. Alright, same order. Alright, so if so for the red color is 2 column, okay, and 2 rows. Alright, so this is the order of your first matrix. The second matrix is 2 column, alright, 2 rows, right? Okay, so this is 2 rows. Alright, so this is 2 by 2 also. Alright, so it's very important that the 2 matrix have the same exact order. Cannot, one is 2 by 2, one is 2 by 3. That is not allowed. Alright. Okay, so so for the addition of matrix, we use the first element add up with the first element of the second matrix. Okay, so let us add up. Right, so I just add 1 plus 5. Okay, then we can see there's a 2 here, right? 2, we add up with the second element of the purple matrix. So yeah, that's right. 2 plus 6. For the 3, 3 we add up with 7. Okay, 3 plus 7. Okay, for the last one is our 4. It's our 4 and 8. So just add up 4 plus 8. Okay, so the resulting matrix is also should be a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so here 2 column and 2 rows. Right. Okay, so you just calculate. Okay, you should get 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, so this is your addition of matrices. So this is quite straightforward. Alright. Okay. So the second example of addition of matrix is like so I give it another example. So this is for the red color matrix is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 column. Okay, then how many rows? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so should be 3 rows, 3 by 3. Okay, so for the second matrix should also be a 3 by 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 3 by 3. Okay, yeah. All right, so let us calculate the resulting matrix. The resulting matrix should be our 3 by 3 also. Okay, so right, so 1 add with 10, okay, which is 11. All right, so then 2 add with your 11, which is 13. Okay, 3 add with your 12, which is 15. Okay, all right. So 4 add with your 13, which is 17. Okay, then 5 add with your 14 is 19. Okay, 6 add with your 15 is 21. Right, then 7 add with your 16 is 23. Okay, 8 add with your 17 is 25. Okay, so last but not least, 9 add with your 18 is 27. Okay, all right, so this how you add up two matrices. Right, if there are 3 or 4 matrices, it's also possible. All right, just add element by element. All right, so what is not allowed is something like this. All right, so remember when you add 2 matrices or 3 matrices together, they must have the same order. All right, so for the first matrix, we can see this is a 2 by 2. For the second matrix is a 2 by 3. Okay, so you can see the order of this and the order of this is not the same. All right, so there shouldn't be any adding up. All right, okay, so all right, so let's go to subtraction. Subtraction is the same thing like addition. We need the matrix to be same order. All right, okay, so let us take a look at the first matrix. This is a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, the second purple matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix also. All right, then you just subtract accordingly. All right, 1 minus 5. Okay, then this is 2 minus 6, 3 minus 7. Last but not least is 4 minus 8. Okay, then you calculate accordingly. Okay, so this is -4, -4, and this is -4 also, and this is -4. Okay, yeah. All right, so our resulting matrix is also 2 by 2. Right, okay, yeah. So this is quite straightforward. Right. Okay, so yeah, so same thing for this. I will not go through to save some time. Okay, so what is not allowed is something like this. Okay, so this is 2 by 3. Okay, then the second matrix is 2 by 2. Right, so you can see the order is not the same, right? So this is not allowed. Okay, all right, let's go to the thing called a scalar multiplication of matrix. So if I have a matrix, okay, I multiply it with a scalar. Scalar means a number. Okay, a number. So I can add it can be a whole number, can be a fraction. All right, so example for 3, 3 is a scalar. Okay, so I just times accordingly. So 3 times 1. Okay, then the second element is 3 times 2. Okay, the third element is 3 times 3. Okay, last but not least, 3 times 4. Okay, so yeah, so this is one example of scalar multiplication. All right, so it sounds like very cheap, but actually it's very simple. So this is 3, this is 6, this is 9, this is 12. Okay, okay. All right, so this is quite straightforward also. All right, so now we go to the last thing, which is the multiplication of matrices, which is the most difficult part of matrices. Okay, so we are done with the addition of 2 matrices. We are done with the subtraction of 2 matrices. Okay, now we want to go to the multiplication. Okay, so I want to multiply 2 matrices together. Okay, so what should I do? Okay, so for the multiplication of matrices, it is, you don't need to have exactly the same order. Okay, so you don't need 2 by 1 matrix is 2 by 2, the other must also be 2 by 2. That is not required. What is required is this. Okay, so for the first matrix, we have one column, one column and 2 rows, right? Okay, so I just write 1 by 2. Okay, for the second matrix, there's 2 column. Okay, I write 2 first. There's 2 rows. Okay, 2 by 2. Okay, so you can see the two matrices, they are not of the same order, but they are able to multiply, right? So, but how? So, in order to multiply, I must make sure this is the same number as this. So, the first row, which is 2, right, must be equal to the second matrix column. Alright, so these 2, this must also be 2. Okay, so the resulting matrix I will get is this. Okay, 1 by 2. Okay, yeah, so the resulting is 1 by 2. Okay, so you can see this matrix is 1, okay, by 2 rows, right? Okay, so I just write 1 by 2. Alright, okay, then of course, how do I move on? So now I know the order of my answer, which is 1 by 2. How do I multiply? Okay, so for the first matrix, the red color matrix, right? Let me just get rid of them first. For the first matrix, is 1 by 2. Okay, so we are interested in the column. So now I'm interested in the column, which is just the first column, right? Okay, and for the second matrix, I'm interested in the row. Okay, so there are first row and second row. Okay, so maybe let us focus on our first row first. Okay, so for my resulting matrix 1 by 2, right? Okay, so how do I fill in the number of my answer? Okay, so you can see for the matrix, this is our first column, okay, and first row, right? Okay, first row. Alright, so you see, first column, first row. Okay, so alright, so okay, so now we just use the first column of your first matrix times the first row of your second matrix. Okay, the first matrix is always your column, the second matrix is always your row. Alright, and the first number times the first number, which is 1 times your 1. Okay, then you just write 1 times your 1. Okay, but we are still not done, right? Okay, then you use the second number, 2 times the second number, 4. Right, so just write. Okay, then of course you must add a plus sign here. Okay, let me put a bracket, plus 2 times 4. Okay, yeah, so okay, so of course if you simplify, 1 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times 4, okay, 1 plus 8 lah. Alright, so you get 9. Okay, 9. Alright, okay, so now we are done with the first column, first row. Alright, so now, okay, so now we want to fill in the second thing, right? Okay, now we are interested in this. Okay, alright, so this is our first column. Okay, but not first row, right? It's second row, because this is second row. This first row. Alright, then this is second row. Okay, second row. Okay, then yeah, then I'll just put a second row here. Okay, so alright, so let's go back to this multiplication. Okay, so now because I want first column, second row, right? So I just erase this. Then now I focus on my second row, which is here. Okay, for the first matrix, there's no choice because there's only one column, which is the first column, right? Okay, then after that, second matrix, I choose the second row because I'm interested in the second row, right? Here, second row. Okay, then yeah, then after that we multiply. Okay, so same thing, first number, which is this, times the first number of your second row. Okay, 1 times 2. Right, so just put 1 times 2. Okay, of course you must bracket and plus second number, which is 2, times your second number of your second row, right? 2 times 5. Okay, 2 times 5 plus 2 times 5. Alright. Okay, so now we can simplify further, which is equal to, okay, so just now is 9, then this is 2, 12. Okay, 2, 9 and 12. Alright, so now I got a matrix of 1 column, okay, times my by 2 rows, okay, by 2 rows, okay, which is consistent. Okay, so first of all, when we multiply matrix, we need to know whether they can multiply by checking the number here and here. Okay, then second of all, we need to know what is the order of the matrix. Alright, so by using this, okay, so I need to see this number and see this number. Okay, so this is 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2. Alright, so I know that my resulting matrix is 1 by 2. 1 column, 2 rows. Then after that, I use the column times the row. Okay, remember your first matrix. Alright, this first matrix is always your column. Okay, second matrix is always your row. Okay, so let us do another example. Okay, so for the second example, we can see for the first matrix is 2 rows times your 2 column, right? Okay, then for the second matrix, the purple matrix is 2 rows also. Okay, and how many row? 2 column. Okay, and how many rows? 3 rows. Okay, so you can see we can multiply because these 2 and these 2 is the same. Okay, and the resulting matrix is 2 by 3. Okay, so this is 2 and 3. Right, so our resulting matrix is 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3. Okay, so yeah, so this is 2 column, 3 rows. Okay, alright, so let's multiply. Okay, so now there's for the first matrix, we are interested in the column. For the first matrix, we are always interested in the column. For the second matrix, we are always interested in the row. Okay, so now we are dealing with so-called so now I want to fill in this first box, right, which is this. Alright, so the first box here is first column, first row. Okay, alright, so of course I must use the first column of my first matrix, of my red color matrix, times the first row of my purple color matrix. Alright, and of course we must use the first number times the first number. Alright, 1 times 1. Okay, alright, then put a bracket, plus second number 2 times your second number 3. 2 times 3. Right. Okay, yeah, so now we are done with our first column, first row. Okay, yeah, so now, okay, so let's just say now I want to deal with this. Okay, so this box is second column. Okay, why not we deal with this box first? Okay, let's erase this. Alright, so this box is still first column. Okay, second row. Now it's second row already. Okay, we are doing with this. Okay. Alright, so since we are dealing with first column, second row, okay, so now my red color matrix, the first column remains, but the purple matrix we erase first. Then we go to the second row first. Okay, so now our focus is the 1, 2 and 2, 4. Alright, so same thing, 1 times your 2. Okay, so first number times first number. Okay, then we add a plus sign. Second number 2 times your second number 4. Right, 2 times 4. Okay, yeah, so now we are done, right? Okay, we are done with the second box, which is the first column, second row. Alright, so now let me erase this. Okay, so now we move on to this. Right, so this move on to this. Okay, so this is our so now we are still on the first column, right? Okay, because this is our first column. Okay, but we are moving on to our third row already. Okay, first column, third row. Okay, third row. Okay, so of course, we know that our first matrix we still are at our first column. Okay, but for the purple matrix we are moving on to our third row already. Right. Okay. Alright, so this is still first column. Then for the purple matrix, we move to the third row. Sorry. Alright, so yeah, same thing. First number times first number. First number here is 1 times your first number is 5. 1 times 5. Okay, so here 1 times 5. Put a plus sign. Okay, then the second number 2 times your 6. 2 times 6. Okay, so this 2 times 6. Okay, yeah. Alright, so let us move on to this box here. Okay, maybe I just put here. Okay, this box. So this box, as we can see, okay, is it still at first column? No, right? So this is our second column already. Right, so maybe I just erase this. Okay, so now we are at our second column. Okay, C for column. Then what row? First row, right? Okay, we are still at first row. First row. Maybe I just put R. Okay, so for the first matrix, red color matrix, we need to go to the second column. For the purple matrix, we need to move back to our first row. Okay, so let us erase first. Okay, so erase this also. Okay, so second column, which is here. Okay, so column is always like horizontal. Okay, row is like vertical like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so for the red matrix is second column, purple matrix is first row. Okay. So first number times first number, 4 times your 1. Right, then we add a second number times your second number, 5 times your 3. Alright, okay, yeah, so we are done with this box. Alright, okay, so for our this and last second box, so this is second column. So no more first row already, right? We are dealing with this. Okay, this is second row. Second row. Right. Okay, so as we know, the red color matrix is second column, the purple color matrix is second row. Okay, so now, right, so yeah, so our first matrix is still at the second column. Our purple matrix is at second row. Right, okay, so same thing, first number times your first number, 4 times 2. Right. Okay, you add with your second number times your second number, 5 times 4. Right, so now we are done. Right, now finally we go to the last box, which is this. Right, okay, so for the last box, right, you can see this box. Okay, maybe I just put here. Okay, this box is under our second column, third row. Okay, because we are here. Alright, third row. Yeah. right? So we know that the red matrix is second column, the purple matrix is third row. Right? So first red color matrix is second row, sorry, second column. Purple matrix is third row, which is 5 and 6. Alright, and still the same thing. First number times first number, 4 times 5. Okay, let me just go. Okay, so this 4 times 5. Then you add second number 5 times your second number 6. 5 times 6. Okay. Yep. Then now we are done. Right. So now what is left is just to calculate everything, every element. Alright. So now just put equal sign here. Then after that. Okay. So for this 1 times, okay, for our this is 1 plus your 6. Okay. So 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay. For your this, right, is 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 4, 8, so it's 10. Okay. For this is 5, 12, 17. Right. Okay, then this is 4, 15, 19. Okay, then the 8, 20 is 28. Okay, last is 20 plus 30, 50. Alright, okay, so now we are done with the multiplication. Okay, so yeah, so it's quite simple. Okay, just need more practice. Okay, so now we have 2 column, 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 rows. Right, so this is the multiplication. Okay, so now let's move on to the last part of the summary video. Okay, so just now I say multiplication, there's something that we need to fulfill. Okay, so if I have these this red and purple matrix here, which is we have the 2 column and 1 row, right? Okay, the purple matrix is 2 column and 2 rows. So you can see we can't multiply this because this number 1, right, and this number 2, right, is not the same. So now we can't do anything. Okay, so very important, right? Okay, so in order to multiply, this number must be equal to this number. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this matrix summary video.